The youngest form of satire, cartooning, is graphic representation of men and matters in a sardonic light. Indian cartooning started a little over a century ago, inheriting the genre from the English press of the 18th century. But it began to be its biting best soon after independence. Extending the traditional freedoms enjoyed by the court jester, the cartoonist in a modern democracy exercises his right to criticize, ridicule, and demolish. For over 5 decades now, Indian cartoonists have encapsulated and influenced the mood of the moment with wit and insight. This episode of Book Fair sketches the life and work of the celebrated cartoonist R.K. Lakshman.
The Tunnel of Time, an autobiography. Born and educated in Mysore, R.K. Lakshman came to Bombay in pursuit of a career as a cartoonist. A career that eventually won him the Padma Bhushan and the Magsaysay Awards, among others. With the simplicity and subtle humor that characterize his cartoons, The Tunnel of Time tells the story of Lakshman's life, from his childhood to his grandparenthood, and from the beginning of his career as a cartoonist in the Times of India to his retirement. Recounted entirely from memory and written in his familiar witty style, The Tunnel of Time is an unusual autobiography of an uncommon man. Recreating his life and times is the protagonist R.K. Lakshman himself.
People who know me as a cartoonist think I have planned it meticulously right from the beginning. I can assure you there was no planning in my life at all. Although I was compulsive sketcher, I would say, I loved to sketch from the age of 3. In fact, in this book, the leaf indicates the beginning of my career. I was at the age of 3 or 4, I fell in love with that leaf and sketched it so perfectly. One of the teachers in my primary school said, "You have sketched it so well, you will be an artist one day." That almost triggered my compulsive desire to draw. I can never remember a day when I had not drawn. Although I had to go through the ordeal of graduation in philosophy, economics, politics, and come out of it as fast as I could. The opportunity to draw, sell, be appreciated, all that came my way. I didn't seek anything. Later, after my graduation, I never waited for the results, because whether I passed or failed, I told myself I would never go back to the career, academic career. On the day my exams got over in Mysore Maharaja's College, 4 days later, I bought a big box and put everything in it. A box just half the size of this. My possessions were very few, and I left. For Madras, looked for a job there as a cartoonist. They wouldn't take me because I had no experience, they said. So I went to Delhi. No go, no experience, too young. Came to Bombay. Luckily, Free Press took me, 6 months there, and moved on to Times of India. It looks like only yesterday. That's 50 years ago. I draw the cartoons to satisfy only one person, myself. Whether the public benefits or not, whether the society is improved or not, whether it has any relevance to the, I don't care. Well, I had a kick out of that drawing, that's all. People seem to react to it favorably. If I, as I always said, become a missionary, a propagandist, or went about to set the world right, I won't be a cartoonist. I would be either a politician or a poster painter. Don't spit, keep the city clean painter. I am not that. You see, cartoon is a art of complaint and disapproval. It can never approve, then it is not good. It's an art of brings out the irony, contradiction, and in human situations. If there is no contradiction, there is no irony, where was this? In the VIP lounge in Bombay, my wife and I were sitting, waiting for the call to come here. Big board there, no smoking. Right in front of me, 2 ashtrays. People who came never noticed that irony and contradiction in that small situation. This is an example which manifests itself in variously in other aspects of human life. Big, no smoking, 1 circle, cigarette, cut. Beautiful crystal glass ashtrays in front of you. How is it possible not to react to it? But people who came never bothered about it. But if I drew that ashtray and no, then they say funny. So it is once they eliminate irony and the contradiction and paradoxes, then you are living in utopia, a dull, stupid utopia. No use for a cartoonist. You see, cartooning is a combination of the cock-eyed vision, the ability to draw very well. After all, it's a visual experience, and general knowledge, economics, politics, and every other aspect of it. You see, I take about 6 hours to produce a cartoon a day. But I have seen some cartoonists by 9 o'clock they come and by 10:30, 11 o'clock they go home. It's not possible. You must agonize over your ideas, if only to laugh at the end of it. There is no pleasure in cartooning. The pleasure is in finishing a good piece of work, and that joy lasts only for about 10 minutes, because tomorrow is already on you to justify your position in the institution. many people, hundreds and thousands of people, who have set about improving the quality of the life of the common man. And rather making him a beneficiary, they have made him a victim of their plans. But he survived. He survived all the great leaders, warriors, and the world rotates for him. Those leaders, mentors, and champions of the common man today have turned out to be statues in market squares and parks, providing a perch for the pigeons. But the common man continues, bewildered, unhappy, nevertheless surviving. He is the spectator rather than a player. He will continue.
And here is a further selection from Lakshman's work, 50 Years of Independence Through the Eyes of R.K. Lakshman. As a satirical history of independent India's trials, tribulations and triumphs, 50 Years of Independence Through the Eyes of R.K. Lakshman offers a unique perspective, a perspective informed by the uncommon wisdom of the common man. Arranged decade-wise, this selection of Lakshman's cartoons outside the You Said It series traces the evolution of Lakshman as a cartoonist and the common man as the central character. Besides the incisive cartoons, the book also includes a series of delightful caricatures of characters who have marched across India's political stage since independence. The best of Lakshman. Bespectacled, bemused and bewildered, R.K. Lakshman's common man is a true representative of the mute millions who survive in spite of the system. Selected by Lakshman himself from the 7 volumes of his You Said It cartoons, the best of Lakshman is a tribute to one of the most enduring icons of our time. High politics or low corruption, the common man is a silent spectator of every spectacle. But his silence itself is a loud comment on the functioning of our democracy. The Messenger. Set against the murky world of journalism, The Messenger tells the story of a naive young journalist and his gradual discovery of the ways of the world, combining the cartoonist's eye for the ridiculous and the writer's skill of telling a story. The Messenger proves once again that Lakshman is as adept with words as he is with caricatures. Bye for now.